This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 357, The Key to Financial Freedom by J.D. Roth of MoneyBoss.com. And I am Dan, your host, and this is where I read to you from some of the best blogs on personal finance anywhere. And if you've got any topic requests for us, please do come and share those over at oldpodcast.com, and we'll try to get those topics included at some point in the show. Now, before we get into today's reading, I want to give a big thank you to Health IQ for sponsoring today's episode. Health IQ uses science and data to secure special rates on life insurance for health-conscious people. You can learn more and get a free quote at healthiq.com/finance. That's healthiq.com/finance. And now let's hear today's post as we optimize your life. The Key to Financial Freedom by J.D. Roth of MoneyBoss.com. It's been a crazy couple of months for me. Since April, most of my time has been dedicated to selling our condo and buying a new home. Now, at last, the turbulent times are almost over. Kim and I closed on the condo last week and we'll close on the country cottage next Monday. On July 1st, we'll move to the new place and a new chapter of our lives will begin. As some semblance of normalcy returns to my world, I've been sorting through my Money Boss inbox. I love reading what you folks write to me, even if I don't always respond, especially when you share your goals and dreams for the future. Debt is slavery. For instance, here's part of a message from a woman we'll call Irene. Irene recently experienced an epiphany. Quote, I see my parents, both of them tired and still worrying about the money. I see people in my country counting days to retirement, yet dreading the date like it's some kind of an invisible curse that cuts off their pay by a large margin they now have to live with from month to month, even asking for federal support to make the ends meet. I see young people whose potential is squandered just because they are slaves to the system they were told about. Go to school, finish it, find a job, work your part until retirement, and then, if you're lucky, you have 10 to 12 years to enjoy. Probably. I see all that, and I want more out of my life than simply to be a part of a rat race we are all invariably losing. I want to be that girl who dared to dream the impossible and then realized it. End quote. I love it. It's email from money bosses like Irene that keeps me motivated to continue doing the work I do. In this case, Irene's message struck a deeper chord with me. It reminded me of my own struggles with money. When I was younger, I lived paycheck to paycheck on an average salary. I was deep in debt. I had no savings. I spent every penny I earned. Like many folks in similar circumstances, I felt chained to my job. I felt like I had no options. Debt is slavery, argues Michael Mihalik in his book of the same name. Quote, you drag yourself out of bed and go to work because you have to. End quote. You have a mortgage, a car payment, credit card bills, student loans, and other financial obligations. If you don't go to work, if you don't keep earning money, you risk financial ruin. Most people believe this is simply how life works. It's the price you pay to live in a modern society. And because most people allow themselves to accept these financial burdens, they're chained to their jobs. They lack freedom. They're unable to take risks. But most people aren't money bosses. You are. The key to financial freedom. Because you're a money boss, you recognize that it's up to you to escape the chains of debt. You know that the key to financial freedom can be found through a simple concept, profit margin, the gap between what you earn and what you spend. And the best thing about profit margin is that it buys you freedom both today and tomorrow. The greater the gap between your earning and spending, the more freedom you have today. This profit margin gives you power to make choices that might otherwise be unavailable to you. At the same time, profit gives you greater freedom tomorrow. When you earn more than you spend, you're able to set aside savings. This savings, your accumulated profits, grants you a wider range of options in the future. The more money you save, the more freedom you have and the greater risks you can take. As your financial independence increases, you chip away at the wall of worry. You're able to make decisions based on happiness rather than dollars. A lot of folks think financial independence is a fixed point. It's not. Financial independence is a process with different stages along the path to complete freedom. As you reach each stage, it's as if you've gained a key to unlock another chain that has tied you down. When you reach solvency, for instance, you obtain the key that unbinds you from depending on others for financial support. When you reach stability, you unlock the chains of consumer debt. When you reach agency, you're no longer shackled to your job, and so on. This is not just theory. This is how money works, not just for me, but for you as well. Buying freedom. My inbox is filled with examples of folks who have managed to shed their financial shackles to one degree or another. For instance, another money boss, let's call her Marie, wrote to say that she's in a precarious position at work. There's conflict and she's worried about her job. But because she's managed to boost her income while trimming her expenses, she's less worried than she might have been in the past. This is a terrific real-life example of the security that comes when your work as a money boss comes to fruition. If she were in debt and/or spending exactly what she earned, Marie would feel stuck in a job that's causing her stress. But because she's paid off her debt and has accumulated some savings, the work conflict isn't as scary. She knows that if she leaves her job, she'll be fine for a while. She's bought a degree of freedom. No matter where you are on the road to financial freedom, I urge you to continue making smart choices. Remember to manage your life like a business. Ruthlessly guard against unnecessary expenses. Boost your income whenever possible. Never forget that your goal is to remove the chains that hold you back, to gain the freedom to do and be who you choose. You just listened to the post titled The Key to Financial Freedom by J.D. Roth of MoneyBoss.com. And big thanks again to Health IQ for sponsoring today's episode. Now, if you pay attention to not only your finances, but to your health as well, you should definitely check them out because you deserve lower rates on life insurance. Health IQ uses science and data to secure special rates on life insurance for health-conscious people, including cyclists, runners, vegans, strength trainers, and more. Research shows that if you frequently exercise with intensity, you have 22% lower cancer risk, 56% lower heart disease risk, and up to 34% lower risk of early death. But historically, life insurance companies penalize you for family history, BMI, and other attributes, yet you don't get rewarded for being active and health-conscious. Health IQ is much different and will actually reward you with special rates on life insurance. And you can learn more and get a free quote using our link, healthiq.com/finance. That's healthiq.com/finance. And that does it for 357 episodes of Optimal Finance Daily. Thank you so much for listening all the way through to the end and every day with me. And I'll be back tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this podcast, but also Optimal Living Daily, the show where I read to you from even more blogs covering finance, productivity, minimalism, personal development, and more from incredible bloggers like Derek Sivers, Zen Habits, Mark and Angel, The Minimalists, and all the ones you hear on this show too. So if you enjoyed today's episode and like taking amazing blogs on the go, come on over to Optimal Living Daily and subscribe to that one too. And together, we'll start optimizing your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Finance Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.